Hey guys, Dan from Trading with Dan here. Hope you guys are all well. So we finally got a good bit of price action today. Um, what happened was obviously we fell out of a couple of rising wedges, or fell out of one rising wedge that we have. If I go over, firstly, if I go over to just to put this on the chart. So if we go over to the 4-hour chart, you can see we have a rising wedge coming up here. Let me just draw this on. And then we also had a smaller rising wedge within the rising wedge coming up here. This being the one that we dropped out of today and actually reached the target of that formation. But what we do also have going on is the larger rising wedge, this one, which obviously has a target of down to about 7,600, between 7,600 and 7,800. So obviously we've got to see what happens there. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised for us to get a move back up to about, well, anywhere around this area here, before we either then decide to break up or break down again for a basically a conclusion of this formation. But yeah, that's that. But yes, if we go to the 10-minute, let me just delete these. So yeah, go back to the 10-minute DMT chart. So what we had, I basically had my bot to basically take me out, put me in my trade, put me short as soon as we crossed the green line. Funnily enough, I was actually going to do a video this morning before this happened. It wasn't actually too long before this happened actually, where I was going to just talk about the fact we hadn't had a trade for, well, today being the 19th, we hadn't had a trade since the 13th. So that was 6 days we've not had a trade for, and we kind of see how the rising DMT line had just been going up with the price and hadn't been broken, hadn't been faked out over. Was just rising up with the price, and what my video was going to be saying was that obviously I know a lot of people, a lot of traders in some of the groups and chats and things that I'm in have been looking for positions to short, have been taking short scalps as well, and obviously there's times on the shorter time frames when they're obviously taking good short scalps, but on my 10-minute time frame I hadn't got a sell, and I mean, and that's not taking a trade is a trade. That's one thing you learn with trading. You can be long or short, or you can be out of the market, and being out of the market is a legitimate position. So what I'm saying is no point was I looking to sell this until we broke the line. We didn't break the line, and yeah, I could have been looking for sells here. I could have been looking for sells as we broke down from here. And yeah, all of those would have well, they'd all been on side now, but I don't know how much of a pain trade I could have taken with us going up and looking strong. But yeah, so when we eventually did get the sell was at this just sub 9,000 level, and then yeah, so we immediately took about a 4% gain with the bot settings. So I think it was about 6% minus then the 1.5 retracer that took us out at 4.5% gain. So that was great. If you did have it set to the settings where you're gonna enter the short on the candle close, then you are short at this white line here, and here is your stop. And then as you can see, the actual DMT buy line, the red buy line is coming down, and it's obviously halfway between that distance of that 2% stop, so that is actually at 1%. So that's where you're gonna be managing your risk from the short trade if you were short from here. But I know you can sometimes get fake outs, and sometimes people won't want to have the bot set to take the trade at straight at just at the cross of a line. They may want to wait for the candle to close. But I mean, because we're in quite a couple of quite mature larger time frame formations, I felt that well, I felt that we were gonna make a move if we made a move. So I had my bot set to take a trade just basically as soon as we cross the line. I mean, you can semi-automate this trading strategy with DMT. So you can just keep adjusting your orders, adjusting your sell limit order, and or your sell stop limit. That's it. Sell stop order. To sell. You could even do it just below the line if you wanted to be more, do you know what I mean, be more certain that we're actually making the move. So you could have set sells around 9,500, 8,950, a bit lower, and then yeah, any of those would have been great trades. So yeah, that was my video this morning. We hadn't had a trade for a while, and we've just been in a constant up move, and I mean, you could have been running your profits you could have ran your profits quite well from here, if you had whatever bot settings you preferred, or whether you were semi-automating it and just leaving it going, raising your stop up, maybe along with the DMT line. I mean, in when you do get a trending market, it is actually a good idea to manage the actual stopping out, or the actual profit, taking profits off the trade, your trailing profit target as the DMT line, because that will stay sufficiently away from the price action if it's trending, because it takes into account the volatility, to keep you in the trade. So that literally would have been a great trade. So you could see the buy on the close of the candle would have got you in at 8,150. 8,154, and then would have taken you out at 9,074. So I mean, if we work out what that is as a percentage, it is basically a 10% gain. So yeah, and then you could be in the short trade now. Your stop can be following down the DMT line, the DMT buy line. So currently you've got a locked in at the moment, because this line won't ever start to go up again. This line would have locked you in at 2.77%. So I mean, you are looking at a 10% plus a 2.7, so basically a 12.75% gains you're looking at from the 13th of January. So I mean, that is another great way to trade DMT. And then obviously that can be fully automated. You can have your buy to trigger to buy when you cross the red buy line, and then have your take profit, and then go short when you hit the green line. So yeah, another great way that you can trade DMT. I mean, you can do that fully automated. You don't have to do that semi-automated. You don't have to put the orders in yourself. So what we're looking at now, I mean, price is coming down pretty quick. The DMT buy line is coming down pretty quick with the price. So it's currently sat at 8,730. So, I mean, we were going to resume this uptrend, in which case we're going to get a buy and then continue up, and then hopefully not have another fake out down and a profitable trade. Or we're going to maybe get a buy up to maybe around the 8,800, 8,900, to kind of stop out the FOMO sellers that got involved a bit too low in this candle, squeeze them out and then resume down. So they are the scenarios that I'm looking at. But we have got a good support around the 8,600, 8,550 to 8,600 level. We have got a very strong upwards trending market since we got our last low down sub 7k. So yeah, I mean, I can definitely see price getting picked up and going onwards and upwards from here. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, DMT is looking to take a long trade. So yeah, I've already locked in with my bot settings this trade here. But yeah, but you could just be sat running this, waiting to see where we go. Like you could have sat running this trade, this buy trade here. So so yeah, so interesting week ahead we'll have. Obviously this is weekend action, so to see what will happen when the CME futures, well, the CME futures aren't actually opening until Tuesday, because I think it's a public holiday in the US, Martin Luther King Day, I believe. So the CMEs won't be opening, but obviously spot is open. So yeah, so we'll see how we get on in the upcoming week. So yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Remember, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Yeah, so trading is high risk. Don't risk more than you can afford to lose or lose sleep over. Yeah, so thank you for listening, guys. And yeah, if you are interested in joining the Telegram group, the link is in the description. If you're interested in the DMT indicator, that is also in the description. There's a couple of other nice indicators that I use as well, like this wizard detector, which detects hidden and regular bearish and bullish diversions. I mean, I say it detects it. I mean, it's there on the chart for you to see, but it just makes it clear and obvious for you to see that it's where it is and what it is. And obviously it works in all time frames. This is a 10-minute time frame. We could go to a 12-hour time frame and see that we are getting some bearish divergence here. On the daily time frame, we're also getting bearish divergence. So even with the price where it still is, we're still working bearish divergence on the higher time frame. So I mean, that does tell me that this move does have has got the potential to go lower. But we'll see. I mean, 8,200 to 8,300 is about the line. Back here is about the line in the sand for this this bull run up at the moment, I think. I mean, if we do get below there, then we definitely got to be looking at lower prices. So yeah, thanks for listening, guys. And I will speak to you soon.